Double busy, getting busy, Yo, 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 what's up, it's me, the double busy. So last time I teased attacking one of these people around me, but actually, I still want to get this guy to be a vassal, but he just can't stop fighting in wars. And he really doesn't have much more to go, but he can't just close it out. Now that he's an ally, I can offer to join war. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just kidding. Apparently that somehow invalidated the war. It was just going on. I don't know. But I think now I should be able to offer a vassal. Sweet. Alright, and now Emir Muhammad is one of my vassals. Now that I have enough territory, and maybe when I create the kingdom of Badajoz, perhaps Emir Yahya II will be able to accept vassalage. So, my first duchy conquest is going to be against King Alfonso VII. And it's going to be for the Duchy of Leon. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's capturing valuable prisoners. Now that Emir Abdullah has come of age and formalized his marriage to my half-sister, he is now finally my ally. In October of 1092, the Duchy of Leon becomes a part of our realm. Well, I tried to retract one of my half-brother's vassals, and oops, that was a poor decision. All these people have joined in. I don't know how, because I'm their liege and I'm their ally. That doesn't make sense, but here we are nonetheless. Thankfully, there's something I'm always good at, and that's capturing valuable prisoners. Okay, so revoking the duchy level title is going to incur tyranny, which I've already done. It's going to cost 250 to usurp it from him. So instead, I'm going to negotiate his release to be able to get a weak hook. And now, let's see what it looks like if we, where is it, revoke title, the Emirate of Toledo, and use a hook. Oh, now it's just a might accept, but it still incurs tyranny. Well, all my other powerful vassals still love me, despite the tyranny, and somehow I got 2 of them in jail. So I'm going to go ahead and revoke that title from him, and see what happens. And use the hook to increase the chances. In the meantime, I've created the Duchy of Leon title, and I'm giving it to my excellent steward son, Prince Jafar. Now that I have created the kingdom of Badajoz, Emir Yahya of the Aftasid Emirate will accept vassalage after I send him a little gift. I can create the Empire of Hispania. I just need enough gold. And then I'm going to have to figure out a fast way to collect these guys in and get up here in the Kingdom of Aquitaine. All my vassals are allies again. Barcelona is actually over here. Somehow that was through some family marriages and things. I do have a son that is a prisoner from all those little rebellions and such. But being a compassionate soul, I think I will go ahead and just ransom him for the money in order to form the empire. And surprisingly, in September of 1095, Sultan Ismail of the Dununid Sultanate has left the transient house at the call of the True One at 53 years of age. He died of natural causes, though some say he was extremely stressed out after his pilgrimage to Jerusalem. A paragon of valor and gallantry, he will always be remembered for his cordial and just nature in face of all odds. Sultan Yahya ascends to the throne. Having mastered many skills, he is sure to be admired by his subjects. He does take on a war for the Duchy of Navarra, and certainly a tricky situation with his vassals. Alright, October of 1096, trying to smooth some things out, and basically I screwed up big time. As you can see, Badajoz, Aragon split from our realm because of the kingdom level titles going to all the other brothers. But my brother just died in a peasant revolt, and I got all of Valencia back. Lickety split, just like that. Snap fingers. So I'm thinking, with these claims, there's a chance that I could just pick them right back up. Now, I'm not going to be able to get that or that by killing them, but perhaps I can use a claim against them to declare war. We'll see how that goes. But I pretty much put myself in a really bad spot. So what did I learn? When you're going for the empire level, do not create more than one kingdom until you're ready to create the whole empire. Or make sure that you're like so old you're not going to have any other children, or you choose the decision to go with chastity so that you can't have any more kids. Basically make sure you've either only got one heir that's going to get all the kingdom titles, or put in election laws, which were not options here. I actually looked at those and tried to figure those out. Or don't create the titles until you're ready to create the empire and have the money to do it, because that's what really happened. We didn't have the money to create the empire. Another interesting thing I figured out is allies. Okay, so notice that Yusuf is my ally. Basically, we started out that way. Now, we want all of our vassals to be allies because that increases their opinion, which prevents them from revolting and also helps out with their levies that they contribute, right? So one way to do that is to have tons of children and daughters to marry off for alliances. But if you have tons of children, you're going to end up with tons of sons too. Another way is to make sure that your most powerful vassals are actually family members, and then you can negotiate alliances for free. So in their character things, you can right-click, and then, let's see, I think he's already a vassal, or he's already an ally. Let's see if we can find somebody who's not one of our allies. Let's see, this guy, half-brother? Okay, so, yeah, there you go. Anyone that's kind of related close to you, you could go negotiate an alliance. He happens to be at -2, so he won't. I don't want to try to negotiate alliances. In fact, I don't like that I have this alliance with Badajoz, because now I'm going to have to break that alliance to claim that throne. But that's another way you can do it, is make sure that your family members are your powerful vassals. Another reason you either want to have a lot of daughters or sisters to marry off for alliances, or make sure family members are your vassals, is that you can negotiate those alliances, and then they cannot join factions against you. Now, as far as our realm goes, here's our vassals. We have an alliance with Rodrigo el Campeador. This guy, we didn't, but here's the thing. Pull up his numbers. Okay, he can have about 900 levies. This guy, he can have about 800, but a total of 1,200 troops. We go look at our council. 2,000 soldiers. 1,000. There's Rodrigo. We definitely want him on our side, and he could have upwards of 1,200 if he were completely strong. And then Jafar here can have a lot too, 1,000 levies. So even though they don't have the little fist, they're still pretty powerful in terms of troop numbers. So those are the ones I chose for vassals. These other guys we'll just have to do. Basically, we're going to have to press our claims, hurry up and form the empire, and reduce the number of vassals that we have to help ourselves out. Okay, military-wise, we're doing okay. Picked up some men-at-arms regiments just because of who we were. Oh, and apparently we just picked up the men-at-arms regiments of our brother. Council. Okay, so these 4 guys are very strong in terms of troops, and we're pretty skilled. Okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and assign him, so we'll change him. Prisoners. We're always capturing prisoners, so we're always trying to ransom them off. Intrigue. Not really a lot going on there. We do have a hook on the queen, and we'll probably be able to demand payment from her. Yeah, but she doesn't have enough yet. Okay. Factions, not a big deal right now because we have enough of our vassals who like us. And then decisions. Ooh, we can extort subjects. I'm definitely going to be thinking about that if I ever get short on money. That leads me to show that our lifestyle. We are a steward. So, Sultan Yahya III, Ibn Ishmael, is calm, little diplomacy and intrigue, brave, some martial, forgiving, some diplomacy and learning, a thrifty clerk, and has a lisp. An excellent diplomat, and just average at stewardship. Got 4 wives. Right now our primary wife is our best diplomat, so that she can help with court politics and keep opinion up. Eventually we'll switch over either to the steward or to the learning in order to give tutelage to our sons, and that helps their skills improve. My counselors are telling me that I should execute the peasant rebellion leader in order to show my strength. But I'm a forgiving man, so I'm willing to let him off, and since he is a giant and an average knight, recruit him, as long as he converts. As for his daughter, simply asking that she convert is enough. My half-brother Abdallah is not doing a very good job of managing his realm, so I think I'll take it with my claim, in the hopes that we can form the empire quickly. And immediately in the Battle of Erzurum, I have captured my half-brother, Sultan Abdallah. That must be the quickest war for a kingdom anyone has ever fought. And now Aragon is folded back into the denuded emirate. Sultanate, excuse me. Okay, I don't want to break my alliance with Sultan Yusuf. There's a lot of consequences and opinion problems with that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and target my weaker neighbors, get some money, form the empire, and see if I can vassalize them. Alright, well, I cannot declare war on Costanza because we have a truce. And as you can see, the Holy Roman Empire has fractured. And there's always this problem with this one county being a part of the Kingdom of Aquitaine, but usually being a part of the Holy Roman Empire. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and declare a war over here, but it's going to be a holy war for a duchy. Now, I don't want Galicia because there's a holy site and we're going to get crusades against us. So the next biggest looks like Portugal? No, actually, Coimbra and Portugal are basically the same. So let's go ahead and do Coimbra because that's already part of what we got. And the reason why is we can get 200 prestige out of that, where we can only get 75 out of a county war. I like how the music's a little bit different for a holy war. In November of 1098, the Pope is able to call crusades. Allah protect us! In May of 1100, I'm able to enforce my demands for Coimbra. Apparently, I have got a Portuguese claim on Coimbra. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just march up there and take them out. Well, for some reason, in September of 1100, just a few days ago, actually just about a month ago, Queen Estefania Ences destroyed the title of Emirate of Vizcaya. And somehow I inherited those lands into my realm, so now they're part of my realm. So I'm getting closer to be able to form the empire. I am only 6 counties away from the Empire of Hispania. Problem is, it's going to be slow going against King Federique, because I can only go for duchy levels, and even if I took Galicia, that would only be 5 counties. So that's going to take some time. And I have an ally with my half-brother Yusuf. Declaring war against him would lose a level of fame, which would prevent me from eventually being able to invade kingdom against the entire kingdom of Aquitaine. So, as much as it pains me, I'm going to change my lifestyle and head for swift execution. I'm going to go for the skullduggery focus, work my way to there, and eventually have my wife help me with the scheme. For now, I'll have her work on court intrigue. I'll have my spy master support schemes. That's pretty close. Let's go see what other agents can join the scheme. It turns out one of his vassals, Walai Utman, is a greedy man, so he can be easily convinced with a bribe. Alright, the scheme is afoot, and let's hope it succeeds. That seems like a good place to end this episode. I'll see you on the next one. We'll find out what happens. Double busy, getting busy, do.